The unemployment crisis is here. What can you do? Coming up next. Hi, I'm Oliver, CIBS Executive MBA and Startup Coach at AskMeStartUp.com. I have been in the startup and coaching life since 2014, and I want to share my know-how gained during that time on this channel with you so you can build a better and more profitable business in the future. Reality is I wanted to do a different video, but I think this is important because right now we are approaching a crisis never seen for a long time. To give you some numbers, 26 million Americans have filed unemployment by the date of this recording, which is Sunday, 26th of April 2020. 35% of European workforce is on short-term work, meaning that their wages have been cut by 20 to 40%. Companies are having a huge overcapacity in production, and 11% of CEOs expect their business to go bankrupt within the next couple of months, according to a survey. This is all not great, isn't it? I want to talk to you about what are opportunities that we can get to and what are possibilities you can take in order to be a little bit better prepared than the others. However, just be realistic. There won't be a job for everyone and there won't be a business for everyone for a longer period of time. To give you some rationale behind it, companies are expecting 9 months at least before a vaccination is out. If I'm citing the CEO of Roche, he is not expecting a vaccination to be ready by the end of 2021. Now, anywhere between that time, so that means we have 9 months to 1.5 years down the road before we even can think about resuming behaviors known to us prior to the pandemic. All of this implies that things are changing drastically, and I want to talk about a few things here and what does it mean for you as an unemployed or a person looking for a job now or a different job now. Which are the areas you should be looking into? Now, the first thing you should be aware of is that big companies will be ahead of the game, and these are especially companies like Amazon, Google, Facebook. All these companies will be there and having a much bigger bargaining power in the future over employees, because they are in high demand right now. Due to the lockdown, digital services and of course online businesses are surging in demand. However, if we take a deeper look into what is happening, and it is a good idea to look at China, how they are behaving, because they are 2 months ahead of us in Europe and US. So they will give us an idea which sectors in the industries are actually coming up next after the plunge in demand right now. As you can see on this graphic right now, these are surveys done in different countries throughout the world, in Africa, Europe, Asia, and of course the US. You can see that there are major sectors in demand right now. Of course, that is groceries. Everybody has to do shopping for home right now because they can't go to restaurants, so that is a big thing. And as a consequence out of this, of course, home supplies are in huge demand right now as well. But as soon as the lockdown becomes to loosen a little bit, personal care products, skin and care makeup, non-food children products are in huger and larger demands than before. So if you're looking for a new job, and that's tip number 1, I would look into these areas that China is currently having a surplus in demand compared to the rest of the world because of their 2 months ahead of everybody else. This is where you want to ask for and look for companies that might offer jobs pretty soon, because they are the first ones to regain business. The second thing I can recommend you do is educate yourself. In the US, for instance, you get the stimulus checks. Do not spend it on a plasma TV or anything, or a new computer or anything. Just spend it on education, something that brings you forward in a way that you are able to get a better job after the crisis. Remember, the crisis is going to be there and we can't prevent it, and it will most likely be longer here than shorter. Now, that also implies that you have to do a thorough research on whom to trust and what type of education you're actually up to. And as a third thing, I can strongly recommend that you start thinking about establishing your own business. Because if you have a good idea on how to establish a new business, or you see something that's currently in demand and that will be in demand after the crisis, there is no better time to start a business than right now. If you're looking for some business ideas, I have a video up here. And of course, if you're interested in writing a business plan, I have a video up here as well. These all will help you to think through and then be proactive, because one thing is for sure, the hire and fire mentality will always be there, but the business mentality will also always be there. So people will be doing business, and if you manage to start and maintain a small business right now, you will going to be huge in 9 months to 1.5 years down the road when businesses are coming back up to normal speed. All right, I hope this was helping you well, and please smash that like button and subscribe to my channel, because I'm trying to come up with new and up-to-date updates every week. Thank you, and bye-bye.